Is that the GB News news camera?
Yeah.
Fuck Rupert Murdoch. Piers Morgan's a twat. I said you're a disgrace to the human race.
Okay,
That trans women are under threat.
Sarah Jane Baker's part of your movement, mate.
I don't know who that is.
He served time, and while he did, he ate his own testicles.
I'm looking like this because I'm fucking raging.
There you go.
What have I got?
That took me close.
Making sure you're not going to punch a woman. That's it.
I'm not going to punch a woman. I'm not violent.
You were shouting over there. You started shouting abuse.
Hang on. Go on. What did you want to say?
I said you're a disgrace to the human race.
Okay, why is that?
No, you are.
Hang on. Just let him speak.
Why? Because you're standing with all these turfs and what have you. You're so misguided. Completely misguided. Trans rights and women's rights.
Stop.
Look, I've missed my bus for this because I'm...
Oh, good.
I actually want to participate. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm really interested. Do you think that a man should be allowed to use a woman's space when that makes women feel unsafe?
I think your framing of the question is completely misguided. I'm not going to dignify that response.
Do you think
I have a question for you, actually. I have a question for you. When you were last in Newcastle, or the last time I was aware you were in Newcastle, there was a
Hang on.
None of your business.
Is it not?
None of your business.
Can I just have a conversation? Thank you so much.
Jesus.
Yeah, come on.
When you were last in Newcastle, and we had the protest just on the other side of there, you had a woman speak who quoted Mein Kampf. Now, what are your thoughts on that? Do you think she did?
Right.
I was there as well.
Okay. And what was the context?
Yes.
What was the context of that?
It was the great lie or
It's
something.
called the big lie. And
The big lie.
What is the big lie?
Bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, but what is it? What's the context of it?
Oh well, it's to do with Jewish people, isn't it? Actually.
Well, no.
Yeah,
not
in its
quite.
original context.
But what it's about is a big lie. That a lie is so big that people don't believe that you're lying. So it's a whole.
Oh, but you guys see the truth.
No, yeah.
You guys see the truth.
Yeah. Well, do you think women have penises?
I think women can have penises.
Well, there you go. Well, I see the truth and you don't.
Okay.
Can men give birth?
Why are you even asked though?
Right,
That's
hang on.
my.
Right, okay, hang on. Today,
That's why.
the reason we're here is because some nurses who felt really unsafe in their changing room because a man, they saw him as a man. He pretended to be a woman,
Wasn't
but they saw him as a
pretending.
man. Okay, well,
He wasn't pretending.
My frame of reference, I think he's pretending. So they were frightened, and they asked that when he asked him, especially said, "When are you going to get undressed?" Like they didn't like that very much, and then their rights were totally crushed, and they were made to move, and he was still allowed to be in the female changing room. So do you not think that they have a right to have a female-only space without him being in there?
Right. I think we can all agree, right, that there is such a thing as femicide, that there is sexism and misogyny, and women are murdered by men, right? Okay, can we all agree on that? Yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
We also have consent.
Hang on. Yeah,
Yes,
go on.
of course we do,
Go on.
yeah.
Go on.
So, why has that got anything to do with people that barely make up 1% of the population?
Oh, okay. Sorry, Rose. Right. So, when a man pretends to be a woman, his risk factor of committing femicide doesn't alter. So his risk to women remains the same, whether or not he's pretending to be a woman or whether he's happy to be a man.
Right. You were saying that I was being intimidating and aggressive.
I didn't say you were intimidating.
No,
you
but
don't intimidate me at all.
Good. I'm glad.
Good.
Yes, I know, because this is ridiculous. I've just finished my...
You ran into
I started the show, I think. You're a bunch of losers, man. Honestly,
Okay,
you
well,
ought to get a life.
Unfortunately, you forgot to come with an argument.
Well, I wasn't actually expecting to see a bunch of turfs when I'm on my way home
You
from
should always
work.
be prepared for a turf.
Jesus
We're
Christ.
everywhere.
The tribunal is
We're
over
everywhere.
today for now, so They're going to walk out here any second, and we're doing all of this sideshow nonsense here.
Yes, I'm sure. Yeah. I'm not the story.
No,
you're definitely not the story.
No.
None of yous are the story.
I'm glad
What
you're
is
so angry.
the trans women are under threat
By who? From who? From who?
from men.
Right.
From men.
Right.
I'm not
So men-
arguing with that.
Male violence, men causing violence to other men is not my issue. I'd like women to be protected, and you don't.
Why would I say that women don't want to be protected?
Because you think that when a man calls himself a woman, he should have rights.
But that
and
makes it
access to
sound
women's
like
space.
they're doing that under that they're going to do it under the assumption that they're going to do it so they can attack women. That's just not true. That's just ridiculous.
You know that 60% of men that call themselves women that are in prison for sex crimes, right?
I think that's not true.
It is
Okay,
true.
can you show me the
Yeah, you
statistics?
can have a look under the Ministry of Defence statistics. You can
Right,
have a
show
look
me.
at.
Show me right
Why
now.
would I show you right now? Go
Right,
and look
okay.
it up.
You can look it up. Same thing to you as well.
No, I think if you can just have a little bit of a look into the research, then you will come up with a totally different idea. Like, would you think that an elderly woman who sees men who call themselves women as men, do you think she should be subjected to fear, or do you think maybe she gets to make a choice about who comes into her home?
But why should she be fearful of trans people?
Well, because they're men.
Right, but men, fellas, are we all rapist murderers?
No, and are you allowed in a woman's space?
Define woman's space.
Well, let's say a toilet where only women are allowed.
Yeah, but I'm not a woman.
Right, but why aren't you allowed in? Why do we have divisions?
Why are you asked? And I remember as well at that last demo that we had a couple year ago now. It was trans exclusionary radical feminists, whatever you want to call yourself. And who were you surrounding yourself with? You were surrounding yourself with the police were there as well, but there was also men there, and I remember seeing
my God,
men
not
there.
men?
No,
Jesus, not men.
but these
How did we
men
survive?
are domestic abusers as well.
Which ones were domestic abusers?
Well, there's a massive crossover between your movement and this
Sarah Jane Baker's part of your movement, mate.
I don't know who
He
that
served
is.
time for eating. He served time, and while he did, he ate his own testicles. He's part of your movement.
I'm not part of any particular movement. I'm actually just for peace and love.
Oh yeah, well you
You're a
fine example of that.
Yeah, I know. I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be perfect.
You just
but-
want more men in women's spaces.
No, I want trans women or women in women's space.
In women's spaces.
But see, this
You go
is
to
why.
sleep
This
at night
is why,
thinking about that?
No, I sleep well at night. I sleep perfectly. You should be the one. I remember you called me a pedo on Twitter.
Oh, did I? Well, you probably are.
See, this is just you. I don't understand how you get so much airtime. I don't know who's paying
because I'm
you.
fantastic.
Right,
Like
okay,
really fantastic. And I don't
okay.
do this like weird, psychotic stare and smile at people when I talk to them.
That's just my look, and to be
Yeah,
honest, I'm looking like this because I'm fucking raging right now.
I know. Imagine women having boundaries. I bet that pisses you right off.
No, that's quite all right with me.
But
don't you?
just not women who don't want men in our space,
But this
right?
is why I could have. I saw the fly and I was like, oh bloody hell, here we go. And I thought, am I going to say anything? And do you know what? It's been a long day. I'm tired. I thought, no, maybe not. But you know,
just got too excited. I mean, I
did
do
just
that
get
to
too
men all the
excited,
time.
you know. Right, it wasn't over. Yeah, I didn't
Oh,
notice.
you're not a man.
I didn't notice. I just
maybe
saw.
he's not a man.
No.
I had thought you were.
No, I'm a trans woman actually.
Well, we know you're not. We know you're not, don't we? We know you're not, don't we?
Right, okay, you're just putting words in my mouth.
In your own
now.
mouth. You're
No,
putting
right,
words in
I
your own
can't
mouth,
wait
aren't
for
you?
you when you've got
putting words in your own
your
mouth.
slot on GB News. I'm sure it'll be absolutely dynamite.
Oh,
but I
but
do
no,
wonder.
it's
Huh?
No thanks.
That's GB News right there.
Is that GB? Oh, you don't want them?
Yeah,
Oh, I've
wave
got
to the camera, it's
to
over
say
there.
To you as
There you
well.
go. I bet you
bloody
have,
hell.
Rob.
Wave to the GB News camera. That's the one.
Is that the GB News
Yeah,
news camera?
yeah.
Fuck Rupert Murdoch. Piers Morgan's a twat. Fucking
Research was maybe coming about handy.
Right, okay, fair enough. But you're all cut from the same cloth, aren't you?
You don't want to talk about the gift that keeps on giving. This is the gift that keeps on giving.
I didn't run.
Yeah, you did. Oh,
You did, I caught you on camera. I caught you on camera running over.
Oh God, is running a crime?
No, you just said you didn't do
You're
it.
just really, really excited.
Yeah, I am.
You're so angry.
I am.
And you're angry about men who call themselves women. Like, you haven't even qualified that, what they might be. You haven't qualified how far they go. You haven't qualified when they're on hormones. You've just said, when a man claims he's a woman, that's your only thing.
Because
they can use a woman-only space. And I think you're patently wrong.
No.
And one day, when you're older, you'll understand.
Okay, yeah. I'm young and naive. Fair
Well,
enough.
you work for the NHS and you seem to have an idea that men can be women. So you are young and naive.
I don't know what the NHS has got to do with that, to be honest.
Well, we just saw your lanyard.
Well, it's
That's
a little
all.
bit
You're trying to hide.
concerning. It's a little bit concerning.
That's a
isn't it?
captured organisation, captured
Well, it's
institution.
also concerning that I don't know whether you work with patients and you have this view, which I think would make you quite dangerous. I don't know whether you
But
have
what about
access to
what about when I have a
confidential
trans
records.
patient? What if there was a trans patient?
Well, where would you put that patient?
It's not for
By
me
the sounds
to
of
say.
it, right, okay.
What I want to say though, and do you know
They're
what?
all watching, they love it, they
yeah,
love it.
I know. Get a life. You've not got jobs to go to.
They've probably got really good jobs, so they probably have a little bit of
Fucking
time off
sitting on your
sometimes.
fat, greedy asses. I've just finished work. I thought that had been established. I said, no, you've been standing here all day crying. Right, okay. No, I'm. The reason I'm not trying to, because I know. Look at that, you got 140 people listening. Sorry. I don't want to be making any kind of grandiose statements because I don't claim to be an authority on this. I know you claim to be an authority.
Yeah, because I'm a
Paul.
woman. I'm an authority on what it is to be a woman. I'm 100% an authority on that, yeah.
Right, okay.
So
right.
I know how it feels to be afraid with a man in a woman-only space. So I'm an authority on that too.
Right, okay, but what about, say, like, gay men? That
What
might
about
be,
gay men?
they
They're
might be
not allowed in women's spaces
but
either.
they might be subjected to. They're also quite fearful in
So
public
should they
space.
come in women's spaces?
No, but I
Oh.
think. But you are not a trans woman, so why are you talking about trans issues?
Because
it's not,
I'm-
it's not
because
an issue
I'm
as well. It's not an
protecting-
issue.
It's a women's issue.
Because
Yeah,
I'm
it's a-
trying to protect women's spaces from all men, no matter how those men identify.
You're not going to try and get me fired or some bullshit, are you?
I would never do that.
Thank
I'm
you,
sure
I
you'll do
appreciate
that
it.
all
You're doing
on
a
your
good job on your own, mate. I'll tell ya.
And how's that? And how's that?
Well, just keep speaking.
Look, I think you have a right. I think you have a right to be employed.
Have I said anything
I think
out of
you
order?
have a right to be employed, and I think with good, useful employment, I think eventually you'll evolve. And they have
You
a
are?
right. The nurses have a right to go to work and not feel fear, embarrassed, and discomfort because there's a man in their space. Surely you think that nurses have a right to that?
Nurses have a right to feel safe, but so do trans people.
Yeah. So why can't that man go and be safe in a little space on his own, rather than harassing women in a female-only space?
Because that sounds like Nazism. That sounds like
Really?
creating exclusionary space for a certain
Yeah, for
tiny
a man with a
minority,
penis. For a man with a penis.
and then God knows what you'll do with them.
You can go with the other men if you wanted.
Why can't he?
No, but trans women are under greater threat from men than anyone else.
No, they're not.
Yes,
no,
they
they're
are.
not. 3 women a week are killed in this country. No, they're not.
I know, and that's bloody disgusting.
Yeah.
I agree with you
And
on
it's
that.
not
But
the
it's
same-
not trans people's
a
fault, it's
man-
men's fault.
A man,
It's
yeah,
the
they are
fault,
men.
It's the fault
But they
of
are men.
It's internalized misogyny. The most amount of domestic violence that happens. The most amount of domestic violence that happens is interrelation violence
Absolutely.
between families and
100%.
whatever. Not
But
trans
why would
people.
we
Not
want-
trans people,
Why
GB News.
would we want to put more men in women's spaces? Why would you give men access to women's spaces just because those men call themselves women?
I'm not giving men that. I'm giving women that.
And what makes them women?
Because they are women.
Okay, and what makes them women?
Because they've identified as women. Because if I can just qualify this, look at
Yeah.
you. He's
Yes.
heard identity.
Yes,
He's
go on,
heard
go on.
identity. He's getting all
Go on,
excited now.
Stop, calm down. Go on.
Right. Okay. You can identify as a woman, but imagine. Let's all park our own kind of prejudices and what have you for just a moment, and imagine what it must be like I can't even comprehend it. What it must be like if you were to be born into a body that you fundamentally do not recognise, that leads to all sorts of mental health disorders and body dysmorphia.
Does that give you the right to go in women's spaces? Imagine this: you're a woman. You're in a public toilet. There's a door, and then you're in a cubicle, and then you hear a man's voice. Imagine how frightening that is. Do you know how frightening that is?
Right. I think you guys, if you're all about protecting women, fine. But let's go for the bigger issue, right? Which is men killing women.
Why are women not a big enough issue for you? Why are we not important enough?
No. Well, because I think you guys are completely misguided, and your efforts could be.
We don't want men in women's spaces, and unlike you, who can't even qualify your opinions.
Well, there's a lot of gender-neutral spaces these days. There are a lot of pubs and clubs that I go to, and it's fine.
Let those men who call themselves women use those spaces then, and let women have our spaces. Wouldn't that be fair?
Sure. No. Whatever.
Come on.
No, I don't, and I don't. What I don't understand is why you're so bothered. And who pays you actually? Who pays you?
I pay myself.
You pay yourself. Where does that money come from? Is that just
from
going
people
around?
buying T-shirts. From people buying T-shirts.
Your lifestyle, you're not getting away.
Oh, my husband's loaded as well, so it's brilliant.
Okay.
He works really hard.
I'm sure he does.
He does. He's amazing.
Okay,
I'm a
great.
very, very lucky, happy woman.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad you're happy though.
Good.
But I mean, come on, guys, come on.
So you don't want a third space, which would kind of make everyone happy, right? Because then those men aren't
one
subjected.
Space, the human space, I call it.
So you don't mind women being subjected to being fear and intimidated in public spaces?
Again, I've just come over because I know what you guys are about, and I think it's a bit disgusting.
I don't think you do.
I do know what you're about.
I recognise that you just don't agree with it though. It's not wrong, it's just that you just don't agree with it.
No, but I think it's wrong.
So tell me again, a man is a woman if he identifies
I'm not playing your games.
No, because you don't know what you're talking about.
No, because you're setting the parameters and it's bullshit, quite frankly.
You set the parameters.
No, I'm not going to set the parameters.
We'll
let trans people set the parameters, shall we? We'll listen to trans people. No, we're not having that.
Well, look.
No, exactly.
But there's two sides to single-sex spaces, right?
Right,
There's women who don't feel comfortable with trans men in there. And you're telling me that we should think more about the trans person and say a changing room than the women who feel either objectified or uneasy due to past experiences.
Yeah.
Why is so much of the focus on the trans person as opposed to the women who are unhappy to be sharing
because
that space?
these measures that you're trying to take place and are taking effect affect trans women more than anything.
No, they affect women who are 50% of the population. It affects
it's
us
51,
the most.
Isn't it?
Okay, 51.
Look.
51%.
I'll give you that one.
What do you want me to say? I've not got anything else to say.
Okay, well, thank you for coming over and talking, because I think it's really important that we understand how many people like you.
I don't think it did come from a place of understanding, though, did it? It was, it was a whole lot of gottums, wasn't it? And then you start talking about my appearance, and you start threatening. Oh, you did. You said I had the crazy eyes.
That's not your appearance. That's an expression. Your appearance would be like talking about the colour of your hair.
I walked round there and shouted.
You were very excited. Come on. I know it's not every day that you see someone like me, but you were really, really excited.
I'm fucking glad of that
I know,
as well.
I bet you are.
Jesus
I know.
Christ.
You're really glad you saw me today.
Why don't you go back to your big fucking mansion?
Here we go.
I will. Thank you so much.
For this, you're
Thank
a scumbag.
Bye. Thank you for talking. It was great.
Okay, well, who wanted excitement? You got it. Okay, and now the nurses are going to come out. Let me.
Well, maybe they're not women. So maybe they're not women.
This is exactly what you guys do as well. This is interesting. I can tell.
Where you came up to Posie Parker just then, and you went literally in her face.
From my point of view, someone like you. No offense.
The size of her.
Right, no offense. But
You're going to say something really bad now.
Look at the eyes.
Violence.
Look at the eyes, guys. Look at the bulging eyes. Look at his bulging eyes.
Trans women are being murdered.
Yeah.
Where?
Which one?
Men's rights or men's rights. Is that what you're going to start shouting?
Yeah.
Where are they being murdered?
Yeah.
What about men's rights?
Where are they being murdered?
But this is what you do. You just get tunnel vision
No.
for one thing, and you're this
You're
is
more
what I
likely to
think.
kill someone as a...
He's come back for round 2.
I think you guys have got stars.
Yeah.
And it's not even true in
What
protection.
do you mean?
Oops.
If this was all, right, there's
Look at the statistics.
We're going to say.
Oh, right, okay, thank you.
Do you want one?
most women don't believe what you guys think. Most women don't
Are you
think.
speaking for women now?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, he's come round for round 2.
I'm gonna start speaking
No,
for
we
women.
speak for
Yeah.
women. We speak for women. But
Yeah,
I
we
would
don't.
speak as women.
No, I know there's no women, but I'd like to. I get a sense of satisfaction.
That's why we're here.
A sense of satisfaction for raising your voice to women.
Virtue calling you scumbags, yeah.
There you go, he gets a sense of satisfaction for calling women scumbags. You're a charmer, you're a charmer, mate.
Yeah.
Is he a charmer though?
Yeah.
Are you council house
I am from Bradford, so you know,
Right,
make
okay.
from that what you will.
Right.
Explains a lot. All right, and what do we mean by this? Please tell me. Mashallah.
Ah!
Islam.
Of course.
Have a terrible life, guys.
Mashallah.
I'm having a great life. I bet you will. I bet you'll come looking for me.
What's that got to do with anything? What's that got to do with
You got holding your tights up. You got a hole in your tights.
The gift that keeps on giving. Here we go, guys, here we go. Here we go, there.
Oh, look at these amazing women.
Well done, lasses! That way more! That's it!
Well done, ladies. Thank you so much. Well done.
Well done!
So there we go, guys. There's the brave ladies that have stood up.